Hello, welcome everyone to a new live stream of the One World Citizens Reporter. My name is Alice. I'm a social entrepreneur and an active member of One World Citizens in the Netherlands. And also with me in the studio is Monique van Dam, founder and director of One World Citizens. Welcome, Monique.
Thank you, Alice.
Happy you're here again. So we had a 2-week break because the One World Citizens reporter was undercover. We will tell you more about it soon. But yeah, today we bring you a new episode after 2 weeks of absence. And the One World Citizens reporter is here to bring the community of One World Citizens together online, to inspire and to motivate each other by sharing the One World Citizens community feeling, and to also let you know what is happening in our beautiful network, because we have a lot of youth in different countries around the world. We will share news and updates about the projects, about youth exchanges, conferences, events. And we, of course, want to show you with the One World Citizens Reporter the faces behind One World Citizens and the living legends in our network. So you can let us know what you want to see or what you want to hear. We will return every week, at least usually we return every week around 6 o'clock on Wednesday. And don't forget to let us know if you're watching. So please comment below in the comments.
Yes, and this week's episode will be about the We Grow Together Dialogue Conference 2020, which took place in October from 18 to 24. And for the first time, we had the conference online. And it was also the first time that it was organized by youngsters from our partner network. And today we have the leader of the management team, Lisa Beerepoot, with us to talk about the outcome and the follow-up of the conference. So welcome to the studio, Lisa.
Let's see. Hi, guys.
Yes. Hello, Lisa.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome.
First of all, how are you, Lisa, today?
I'm good. I'm still at work, though. I'm in my car right now. But I am still at work. I'm good. Really good.
Happy that you can join us today. Because we want to know actually more about the We Grow Together Dialogue Conference and how it actually went and how it was. So please tell us, how was it?
So let me just say, first of all, I want to thank everyone who was there and everyone who took the time to come together, even though COVID didn't allow us to come together in real life. It was amazing to see the turnout for an online event that was quite big, actually bigger than we thought it would be in the beginning. We made some amazing new friends, which I never thought we could do in that short of a time online. We had an amazing team of people who were working on it, and it was just, I think for the first time we did it online, I think it went actually pretty great. I of course, there are some things that I'm changing for the management team for next time, but the outcome itself, it surprised me that the amount of people that were there, they were so motivated to do it, even though they weren't even together and they weren't experiencing the things that they would experience when they come to the Netherlands or come to any other country. And even the cultural exchange, we did quite well. I mean, it was amazing to find out so much more about certain countries, even though we didn't even actually put it in the program. It still happened, because when you come together like that, people just start to realize that they have so much in common and so much differences, even though it's not like physically getting together and exchanging those same stories. It's still a platform in which everybody felt free enough to share their experiences. And I think a lot of it was not because of the management team or because of the way we organized it, but it was because of the people who were there. And I think the outcome eventually was just the fact that it doesn't matter for this network if we're coming together or not coming together, we're still trying to find a way to get together and do what we need to do to make this world a better place.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah. And how was it for you to organize this for the first time with such an international team?
It was quite funny, actually. It sounds really weird when I call it funny, but it was funny because we started to meet every week, and we started to meet with this team that was filled with such different people, and it made it very, very not complex, but like interesting to work together with a team in which no one speaks their own language. So everybody has the same barrier to overcome. And no one actually, we know each other, of course. We've known each other for some of us for a few years, other ones we've only known for a year. But we work together like we were together for like years already. And I think our team actually got into a really good space together in which we trusted each other enough to let some of the things that we needed to be done, just let them be and let people do it. And the fact that we were all from different countries, I didn't even notice it that much, because except for the fact that everybody was speaking with their own language barrier, I felt like we didn't have the big difference. We were just one team. We were not 6 different people from different countries. We were just one team of people that got together every Friday to organize this big event that no one of us actually did before. So I think our team, it was interesting, and I think it even though I didn't feel like we came from different countries, it did add something to our perspective, because we were no longer just thinking about, okay, these are all the Dutch things that we need to do this year. This is all the cultural things that we can do in Eindhoven. No, it was, okay, how are we going to make sure that everyone gets the same amount of space, time, freedom, safety to share exactly what they want to share? And it was, I think it's not because of the fact that we all came from different countries. It was because of the fact that it was not held in one specific country.
Yeah,
that
and
we
I
got
think
to
that
pull it
that
off.
was you made it so successful as well, because you was such an international team. So it was a real team effort, I must say. And so about the conference itself, what can you say about the activities that was the most successful of the conference?
Ooh, you're asking me which activity was the most successful one.
Yeah, or just what was the most successful of the conference?
Well, I mean, success, you can interpret success in different ways. But if I look at the amount of viewers, for example, you see that the seminar that was held by Flora, Velida, and Alphonse was really well watched, because really people were really interested in hearing the origin story of people that are still at the beginning of their stories, not like they are still so young and so full of ideas and stuff. So that one was, in my opinion, a very successful one. And I think the one that the team eventually thought was one of the successful ones was just the co-creations itself. Even though some of the tables weren't able to get together because of the fact that there were no people that joined them. But I think that the co-creation was the first time that we got together with not just our management team to talk about the same subjects we had been talking about for months. So I think when I look at our management team and look at my experience, for example, I've learned way too much, maybe even, but a lot during the co-creations. And I got to work together with a few people that I've never seen before. So I think the co-creation tables, even though it was not our like it was not our busiest activity, it still went exactly like I wanted it to be. So in when we look at success, I guess we can call the co-creations this year a success.
Yeah, and one of the great things was that also we had participants from Uganda and Rwanda and Nepal. So normally they cannot participate in the conference. And can you say something about what the effect of their participation was on you?
It was way bigger than I thought it would be. Like usually we are with all European countries, even though some of us have way different cultural or social dynamics in their country, it still is a European country. We still have basically like the same. No, I'm not going to say that because that's not true.
We have the basic needs, yes. That's what we can say.
You see that by incorporating the Rwanda, for example, we saw a way different way of people communicating with each other. During one of the co-creation tables, we were with 2 people from Albania, me, and one person from Rwanda. And he started telling stories that were really shocking to me because I've never been through war. I've never been through that type of racism or discrimination. And the fact that he had, like 5 years ago or 10 years ago, which was a way different experience. And I think because of the fact that everybody was just a face on the screen, he got the feeling that he was equal in the conversation as well. Where usually during the co-creations we are all together sitting at the same place and they have to Zoom or Skype in. I think by doing it online, everybody felt the same equality in what they could say and what they could think and how loud and how much they could talk. And I think that was pretty wonderful. Of course, I love it when we come together, but I also love the fact that now everyone was exactly the same. Like exactly the same.
That's a really important learning as well for next conferences.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, because we are lucky when we have the budget, like the Erasmus Plus grant, but it's also very good to work together, to make it online together.
Yeah. So, Lisa, we can't wait to hear more actually about the outcome. Of course, we had the presentations of the different co-creation tables on the last day, on Saturday, the 24th, it was. So if people want to hear the long version, you can still watch it back on Facebook and YouTube. But just in short, to reflect on what was the outcome of the conference, can you please tell us what you remember about it? Because there were, as I remember well, 4 presentations on that last day. And the first one was a presentation by Mohammed and Velida on the topic of education for newcomers.
To be honest, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not good at telling about other people's programs or projects or ideas because I don't want to change them by getting involved too much because that would mean it wasn't their outcome anymore. I could tell you about the other few things that I do remember, and I think when we look at the outcome, all except for one team actually made a project or an idea that we could realize, that we could really do, and not just in one country, but in like a lot of them. For example, the team from Education for Newcomers, they had an idea, and I'm not gonna go talk specifics, but they had an idea that as soon as I saw the presentation and I heard their voices telling it, it was very passionate how they told it as well. I got the feeling, okay, we could do this in Romania, we could do this in the Netherlands, we could do this in Bosnia, we can do this almost everywhere. And I think when we look at the bigger picture of the outcome of the conference, all the projects that came out of it, or all the ideas that came out of it, when they get developed, they could actually work on a global level and not just on a local level. they could work in every single country, because no one made a project specifically for one topic that was only relevant in one piece of the world. They all chose a bigger topic that was referably came back to in all those different countries. And it actually, I think that was the best possible outcome we could get, because usually when I am at a co-creation table, there are a lot of things that I think, okay, but that's already here. You know, in the Netherlands, we already have this shit. So why would we try to incorporate it in our community? But this year, I actually saw a lot of projects that were fresh and new and very inspiring, and got to a point in which I was like, okay, we need to do this, and we can do this like everywhere. We can not just do this at one specific place, we can do it in every single country in our network, if possible, if necessary even.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think that's what I can say about the outcome. I think it's specifically says how wonderful the working together was, because they started looking at the bigger picture and not just at one tiny little problem. They tackled problems and issues that were globally acknowledged, and I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, and can you please tell us a little bit more about the gender equality team and the outcome, because that was your topic. Give us an idea.
I'm sorry?
You're gone?
I'm sorry, Monique, can you repeat that?
Yes, of course. Can you maybe tell us a little bit more about the gender equality team, because that was your topic, just to give us a more practical idea.
Well, gender equality actually didn't have a specific project as outcome. Freedom and Peace did, though. That was also my topic.
Yes.
Freedom and Peace are going to try to work together to create a project in which they can all try to give spiritual and philosophical education about different world spiritualities and different religions from all over the world, to educate youngsters for mostly about all the different possibilities, and how some of your friends or some of the people in your neighborhood who are in a different spirituality or religion are not that different from you. So we're not going to give them like, okay, this is like the facts from everything, but it's thinking about the differences and similarities between spiritualities and religions from all over the world in a philosophical way, so that youngsters have the possibility to figure out if they even want to believe or what they believe, and they have the freedom to actually find out what they believe in. And I think we came to that conclusion because of the Rwandan story of Ivan, because he told me about someone who wasn't allowed to come to a wedding because they had a certain religion that was different from the people who were having the wedding. And I was like, okay, that's bad. That's really bad. So the outcome for us was trying to find not an educational, I have to correct myself, not an educational course, but like a hub, a spirituality hub, in which youngsters can come together and figure out and learn from each other without having the hatred in their hearts that maybe their parents or grandparents or whoever in their religion or in their families taught them to hate or to have.
And I remember that the idea was to create an online platform for that idea, no?
Yeah, it was. It's gonna be for now, of course, online, because we don't have the possibility to do it in real life. I mean, half of Europe is already in lockdown. I think we, the Netherlands, are very lucky to not be in lockdown, and we have to find a new way to work together. And the lucky thing for us is that we have all these possibilities online in which we can create a platform that everybody can talk in and speak up freely. So I think that for our future, and that's not just for this project, but for all of them, we all also always have to realize that the world is not limited by not getting together. We're having so many possibilities right now, and we're using only a fraction of it. And I think COVID, and I'm not, I hate COVID, I have to say that, but if we have to find that one thing that made us lucky in the first place, it's the fact that we start realizing that the world has no limits, not even if you can't travel or can't get together with your friends or something like that. It's not limited anymore like it was 20 years ago. And the more people that start realizing that, the further we can get in the future.
Yeah, we can even do the projects online to make the impact together.
Yeah, so
Well,
that will bring us to the question, what will happen next? So can you tell us how you as a management team, or we as One World Citizens, can facilitate the participants to make their ideas into reality? So what is the follow-up of the conference?
Well, that's very nice of you to ask, because I was going to try and promote it through this interview, actually. So next week, as of next week, we're starting up the We Grow Together Hub. It's the same as any hub you would have at home, in which everybody comes together, sits at a table, talks about everything. But this time we're gonna do it online, because yeah, everything needs to be online. So we're gonna create, like, it's gonna be through Zoom meetings, because that's just a really easy way to organize it. But we're gonna give all of you guys, and I don't know how many people are watching, but everybody who is watching and everybody who hears this later on, we're gonna give you the possibility to join us every week, every 2 weeks, every month, I don't care, to join us and talk about certain issues and talk about the projects that are in the making right now, and work on it together. And I'm gonna be there every week, so you can be there every week if you want to. But if you don't feel like going every week, you can come every month. I don't care. We're gonna facilitate a place in which you can come to us and come to your network and come together and work together on all of the things you want to work on. There's always someone there who wants to help, and that's what I've learned from this experience in the conference. There's always someone who has an idea to fix your problems or fix your issues, and
Or has the knowledge, or can give you a bit
or
of
share the
training
knowledge,
or advice, or to help you one step further.
yeah. And I'm gonna organize the platform in which you have the freedom to join in if you want to have that connection, knowledge, problem solving, guidance,
Support.
everything that you need. Because there's always going to be someone who wants to help. And the global goals, that we Grow Together Hub is going to facilitate that.
Wonderful. Monique, you can maybe
Yes.
tell us a little bit about a next conference. What is the perspective of the We Grow Together conferences? Can you tell us a bit about it, Monique?
Yeah. Actually, it's still a bit exciting. We applied for another grant with Erasmus Plus to have the idea maybe we can come together in 2021 offline again. So I guess in December we will know if we have the grant. But also without grant, of course, we will continue, and we now are a network of 10 countries, so 10 partners. So youngsters from 10 countries will take part in it anyway. And the topic will be how we can grow together for the European youth goals. So in Europe, there are 11 goals, a bit similar to the global goals. And we like to invite policymakers from Europe to the conference in May next year, if we can come offline together. And to work towards that, we thought, let's take that youth goals now to get them to the table and to talk about the issues that the youngsters in the network really find important on those goals. So as preparation for the offline meeting conference in May, we'll organize an online conference again in March, which of course will be organized by the management team of Lisa again. And then they will choose the topics. That's what I can say now from the conference. So I hope half of December we will have, we will know if the grant is awarded. Let's see.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lisa, for being here. Just for the participants of the hubs, the coming up hubs, where can they find or the invitation to the Zoom meetings? Is that in the same We Grow Together Facebook group, or does that go personally to the participants?
No, I will be posting the hubs every time they are in the Facebook page. I will share the hub Facebook page as well, because we have a hub Facebook page as well, and I will share it with all of the network, because in the end it doesn't matter if you participated in last conference or if you're going to participate in the next one. If you feel like you want to add something, and if you feel like you have a topic that needs to be discussed, the hub is the place you can do that. So it's free to anyone who wants to join. I'm not going to put a limit on it, because I don't feel like putting a limit on it is going to help creating something beautiful. But I will be posting it in as well the Facebook group of Walmart Citizens, the Facebook group of the We Grow Together, and I will share the We Grow Together Hub Facebook page as well. So it's going to be all over Facebook, and I will send an email link, Instagram, I don't care, to anyone who doesn't have Facebook. So so if you don't have Facebook, then, and you are watching, I'm not sure if you are watching, if you don't have Facebook, send me a message and I will make sure that you have everything you need to be there.
All right. Thank you so much, Lisa, for being here with us in the studio.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
And see you next time in the hub.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Together. See you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Have a good trip home. Bye-bye.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was a great update on the outcome and follow-up of the We Grow Together conference. Before we finish this episode, I want to look to the news and updates of this week, the past 2 weeks, actually, because we have been absent. So, Monique, can you tell us a little bit about what is going on in our network?
Yeah, it's a good moment to give an update about the fundraising activity we have for the ICT bus in Rwanda. And for those who participated in the conference, maybe you have seen the story of Ivan and the ICT Talk team. They are a group of youngsters who provide ICT basic training to youngsters in Rwanda, especially in the remote areas. And to do that, they really would like to have a bus so that they can take stuff, but also have their own place to stay there for a couple of days to give the basic training. And from September, we worked together with 19 students from the Koning Willem I College in Den Bosch in the Netherlands. And they developed the bus, including a very good interior, and they decided to start a crowdfunding action to do the fundraising for the bus and the budget calculation they made. So they started, and right now we are on the half of the budget that we would like to achieve. So it's about 1,425 euros now, and the aim for now is 3,000 euros at the end of November, because the school, so Koning Willem I College, they promised to double the 3,000 euros to 6,000 euros if we achieve it. Reach it. So, and that's exactly the amount that we need to prepare the bus and to ship the bus to Rwanda. That would be amazing.
That is amazing.
If you are watching and you have a little bit budget left from last month, maybe, or because it's the beginning of the month, please help us and share what you have to make it happen.
And share, of course, this fundraising page or the links on One World Citizens Facebook page to this fundraising in your own personal network or professional network, because we can use all the support we can get on it. Because it would be an amazing achievement, I think, for the team, for the students, for the team in Rwanda. If we can make this ICT bus a realization.
Yeah, it's definitely. They reach 1,000 youngsters per year easily if they have the bus by the work they do with volunteers in the weekends. So yeah, and there's very good information on the page itself, and it's doneerdoel.nl where you can find it. So yeah.
The links are on the Facebook page of One World Citizens, and we can put it on the comments too. Yeah, and then I also want to give you an update about Kenya. We had an amazing post from Augustine in Marsabit on the Facebook page of One World Citizens, or the Facebook group of One World Citizens. And in this post, he showed this picture with a group of youngsters from the different communities in the region of Marsabit. And they are working together to organize a Score for Peace Cup. So it's I think a football event for peace in the communities, and they also are working on to organize the Global Goals Rap Challenge there, which is one of the activities already going on into the network of One World Citizens for quite some time now. But yeah, it's an amazing way to spread awareness about the global goals. So we are very excited to hear more from Augustine and his youth in Kenya. And then he also showed us a picture or a message about the Shepherd School, in which the women come together, women and other, I think, shepherds too, the men of the communities. They organize these classes of mathematics and English every day, I think, in a period of several weeks, 5 or 6 weeks. So in the evenings they come together, but now he also connected it to learning how to use a sewing machine. So as you can see here on this picture, there's 2 sewing machines there, and the women, after they get the English and mathematics school, or the classes in the Shepherd School, they are learning how to use the sewing machine. So again, that's an amazing achievement, and we are very happy that things are getting started again after a lot of problems with the corona and the lockdowns.
Yeah, and this is a very good example how youngsters can start education towards employment in their own region, own communities, even in the north of Kenya and Marsabit, where everything is so hard. So yeah, it's a really good project to follow and to see what they achieve together.
Yeah, amazing. So that brings us to the end of this episode 9 of the One World Citizens Reporter. Thank you all for watching. Monique, thank you for being here. We are also thankful to Lisa, who was with us in the studio to talk about the outcome of Followup of the We Grow Together conference. And we will be back next week, same time, same place, but with new topics and more inspiration. So see you all next week.
Yes. See you soon.
And have a good week, everyone.
Yes.
Bye.